So I had a separate reality experience yesterday, or what I believe to be a separate reality experience yesterday. There's a guy down the street who is, I guess, can best be described as a sort of retired celebrity athlete. And, well, that's the moniker I'm giving him anyway. and I'm actually quite impressed with his level of celebrity and his level of athleticism. Well, I'm impressed by
Are you a fan? Is that what you're saying?
No, well, I was a fan.
You're not anymore?
No, because I don't think he seems very nice.
So you used to be a fan of his?
Well, I was impressed. I don't know if I would say I was a fan, but I was definitely impressed by his prowess, shall we say, in his chosen field of athleticism. So I'm not impressed by his celebrity. His celebrity comes with the prowess that he was able to demonstrate with his athleticism. So I was kind of excited when he moved in, and kind of keen to sort of, you know.
How did you know he's moving in?
Well, no, he'd already moved in.
So you had a celebrity spotting in the neighborhood?
Yes, there was a celebrity spotting in the neighborhood, and then I was able to ascertain that he had moved in a few doors down. So I'm trying to be cool, not be trying to be one of those people that sort of rushes up to celebrities like, oh, I'm a big fan, and go into a whole song and dance.
You haven't asked for his autograph?
No, I haven't asked for his autograph
Yet.
But I've kind of like walking the dog, or kind of come across him, and I've never felt like he's been particularly friendly or outgoing, or has had any or demonstrated any kind of need to be neighbourly, which most people in this neighbourhood do that. I mean, it's just like there's a sort of vibe of friendliness around the neighbourhood, but he doesn't necessarily embrace that need.
In your experience.
In my experience.
In your reality.
In my reality. Anyway, yesterday I was cycling the dog, and then I realised the dog. I might need some bags in case the dog defecates on our ride. So I was stopping in the dog park, tiny little dog park, and taking some bags. At which point, because his house is opposite this little dog park, two of his dogs ran out of his house and charged at Nico and started snapping at his heels.
Oh.
So I know that I have been instructed by the dog trainer when one is confronted by that situation, to just drop the leash and let your dog do whatever it has to do to defend itself. And then I thought, well, maybe I won't do that. I don't know what's going to happen.
Really?
But I held on to Nico, and these dogs were freaking out and snapping at his heels. To which he kind of came out, kind of very nonchalantly gathered up his beasts, and and really didn't say anything.
Did he pick them up under each arm?
No, I don't know actually. I can't remember. Maybe no. Well, one of them is quite big anyway, so he just grabbed it I think he grabbed them both by the collar, or grabbed one by the collar and the other one he kind of shooed away. But you'd think that this would be at least some sort of opportunity for conversation.
Is that when you were going to ask him for his autograph?
I was never going to ask him for his autograph, ever. So
sign your chest.
So in my mind, I'm looking for some sort of way to sort of generate conversation. And the best that I could come up with, when he'd finally got his dogs calmed down, and bearing in mind this guy is gay, I know he's gay, he's kind of like part of his celebrity is he's known to be gay. I said, it's only handbags. Which is something that, you know, you would hear on a TV watching a British football game, when two footballers start having a go at each other with really no intent to do each other damage, but they might be like getting in each other's faces and swearing at each other. So at which point the commentator would say, it's only handbags.
Meaning
it's only like a couple of women like getting into an altercation and hitting each other with their handbags. Anyway, I said this, and then in my mind, I was like, oh, this could go one or two ways. It could be either he thinks that maybe I'm making some sort of like effeminate slur, which I wasn't, obviously. Or, as you said later, he might have, because he's American and not understand that terminology, think that I'm actually like referring to his dogs as handbags. Anyway, he didn't seem very thrilled. And he kind of like went on his merry way. Well, not merry at all. He went on his very disconsolate way back to his house.
Was he mad at you?
No, it's just unfriendly.
Okay.
See, I think that they have a duty.
Who's they?
Celebrities.
What is the duty?
They have a duty to be friendly.
Why?
Because they're very much in the public eye. Well, everybody should be friendly and be of good cheer, I think. You know, well, I don't...
That
Well, anyway,
seems
I'm getting myself into deep
That
water
seems a
here.
bit.
I have an expectation that he could be friendlier than he has been.
And how friendly are you to him?
Oh, I'm very friendly. I
Oh.
think I'm friendly to most people in the neighbourhood. You know, I think that's how I would approach. I feel like I have a very neighbourly attitude.
So the separate realities is what?
The separate reality is that I am going into this whole narrative inside my head. I've written a script. I've got my little brain to produce it, put it on the big screen of my thinking, and I'm telling myself this story about him, and I'm probably completely wrong and off base.
And he's got his own script of the crazy neighbor talking
Probably.
about it's only handbags.
It probably couldn't even care less. He probably didn't give it a second thought. But what's so funny about this, and I'm even doing a vlog about it, and God forbid anybody that knows us, that knows him, shows him this video and puts two and two together, this will be really embarrassing. Then I've got a whole other script running there too. But yes, I'm probably just completely making something up ridiculous based on the fact that I obviously have these expectations of how he should be behaving in his position of celebrity.
Well, I think that I'm glad that you can see that, so hopefully you can still be neighborly to him. But what you're pointing to is how we all do that. We all make up assumptions and make up stories in our head, and then when other people don't fit the story we've created, we can have disappointment.
Yeah, because he was someone that I used to, you know, the sport that he was involved in, I was something that I would follow, and I was very impressed by his level of athleticism, as I've said before. So in my mind, I have a standard and expectation of how he should show up in terms of how he interacts with me or the general public. And it wasn't to my liking.
But your disappointment really has nothing to do with him. It's
Nothing
got to do with the script in your head.
Nothing to do with him whatsoever.
And I bet you write scripts about me too.
I do.
I write scripts about you.
It's a daily soap opera inside my head.
So, are you over it?
Oh no, yes, I'm totally over it. I thought it was kind of interesting how quickly I jumped to these conclusions.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great weekend, everybody.